like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for an entire week. In today's video, you'll meet the largest serpents alive today, like this one, which is not only big, but also extremely dangerous, and the largest living snake today. Number 15. The Eastern Diamondback Rattlesnake. Big and dangerous. Those two words perfectly sum up the Eastern Diamondback Rattlesnake. For a snake, it has an unusually long lifespan of 15 to 20 years, and because it lives so long, it can reach the maximum length of just under 8 feet long, and can weigh up to 34 pounds. That makes the Eastern Diamondback the longest and the heaviest rattlesnake species there is. They also come armed with an extremely potent hemotoxin, the kind of venom that kills red blood cells. Needless to say, getting bit by one of these snakes is extremely painful and potentially deadly. Fortunately, antivenom for this snake's bite is readily available, so deaths are rare. Number 14. The Inland and Coastal Taipans. The inland and coastal taipans are so similar, we'll just lump them together. Both species generally weigh up to 22 pounds and have been known to reach lengths of 8 feet long. In fact, the only difference between the two species is basically where they can be found. While both species can be found in Australia, the coastal variety, also known as the common taipan, prefer the coastal regions, while the inland taipan is endemic to the semi-arid regions in central Australia. What separates taipans from other venomous snakes are their fangs, which are small, thin, and hollow, much like hypodermic needles. They fill with venom from 2 venom glands that are located on either side of the snake's head, and an untreated bite from any one of these snakes can kill in 30 minutes. Number 13. The Eastern Indigo Snake. Growing to a maximum of 9 feet long, the Eastern Indigo Snake is the largest snake in North America, and with their uniform gunmetal gray coloration, it's pretty easy to argue that they are one of the most beautiful ones as well. Although non-venomous, these snakes are indiscriminate carnivores known to feed on virtually any vertebrate they can overpower. They are robust predators that overpower their prey by using strong jaws while pinning their prey items to the ground with a body coil. When feeding on snakes, they will chew on their prey until the snake is immobilized, before proceeding to swallow it head first. Eastern indigos often consume rattlesnakes and cottonmouths, and can do so because they have a high degree of immunity to the venom of these species and suffer no lasting injury if they're bitten by them. Number 12. The Yellow Anaconda. With reported lengths of up to 11 feet long and weighing up to 120 pounds, the yellow anaconda undoubtedly makes the list of the longest and biggest snakes in the world. This snake has a dominant yellow color pattern, and that's where it gets its name. Like their larger green cousins, females are much larger than males and spend most of their time in water. Unlike the green anacondas though, they come to land regularly to hunt. Most of their prey are aquatic and semi-aquatic animals like amphibians, birds, fish, reptiles, and small mammals. They're native to South America, but they can be found in some parts of Florida as well, introduced by the irresponsible pet owners who decided to release them into the wild when they get too big to handle. Number 11. The King Brown Snake. Australia is known for their snakes, most of them small and harmless. And then we have the King Brown Snake. This large and highly venomous snake can be found over most of mainland Australia, except for the extreme south and the southeast coastal regions, and can grow to as much as 11 feet long. Although not as venomous as the taipans, it's Australia's most widespread venomous snake. And while only a few human fatalities have directly resulted from their bites, their venom is still highly toxic and fatal if left untreated. They feed on a wide variety of prey such as birds and small mammals, frogs and reptiles, including lizards and other snakes, even of their own species. Number 10. The King Cobra. The king cobra grows to a whopping 13 feet long and weighs nearly 20 pounds. Not only is it one of the largest snakes in the world, but it also doubles as the longest venomous snake currently living today. They live in Southeast Asia, India, and in most rainforest habitats. These snakes are so deliberate about their size that they appear bigger when they stand or lift the top half of their body off the ground in response to threats. It's a vulnerable species in the world today and a protected species in Vietnam. What's more interesting about this cobra is that they can attack and defend themselves shortly after birth. This is because they develop fangs and already have venom from the get-go. Someone who is bitten by this snake and not attended to may die within 15 minutes. Number 9. The boa constrictor. Boa constrictors are large, ambush predators that can grow up to 13 feet long and easily weigh more than 100 pounds. Found in tropical climates throughout most of Central and South America, they hunt at night, ambushing prey such as rats, birds, monkeys, or wild pigs, all of which are swallowed whole. When I say they grow up to 13 feet, I mean that's the largest ever seen. Thing is, they continually grow throughout their lives, and since they can live for up to 30 years, it's entirely possible that they can exceed that length, especially if a particular snake lived in an area where prey is not that hard to come by. These snakes live alone, and that independence starts as soon as it hatches from its egg, only seeking out the company of another snake when it's time to mate. Number 8. The black mamba. Black mambas are so well known for their speed and deadliness, some people forget that they are extremely large snakes as well. Although an average mamba grows to around 8 feet long, some overachievers have been measured at an astounding 14 feet long. And as mentioned, they are also among the fastest snakes in the world, slithering at speeds of up to 12.5 miles an hour. Bites from a black mamba are lethal and can kill in as little as 20 minutes. In fact, before the advent of mamba antivenom, nearly all bites from this snake were fatal. And while there's already antivenom, it's still not widely available in the rural parts of the mamba's range, and mamba-related deaths remain frequent. Fortunately, these snakes are normally shy, but will definitely strike when cornered. Number 7. The African rock python. African rock pythons have been known to reach 16 feet in length, making them Africa's largest snakes. They live in sub-Saharan Africa and utilize rocky outcrops for hideouts. They also reside near water bodies where they waylay unsuspecting prey. They have a reputation for being aggressive and have attacked humans before, sometimes even fatally. These guys are so big, they actually don't have any natural predators, and when it comes to prey, they're not picky at all. Rodents, birds, smaller antelope, warthogs, dogs, monkeys, waterfowl, goats, and crocodiles are all fair game. Number 6. The Indian rock python. On average, Indian rock pythons will measure around 13 feet long, but specimens have been found that measure around 20 feet in length. It's a versatile, adaptable snake that can live in a variety of habitats, but is never far from water. It often basks in the fork of a tree in the daytime and becomes active from dusk to dawn. It preys mainly upon small mammals, birds, and other reptiles, often traveling alongside rivers and swimming in slow waters. It's also not afraid of humans, as evidenced by their penchant for crawling into villages and fields in search of rats and farmyard animals. Not as aggressive as their African cousin, these snakes have been extensively exploited for the pet and leather trades. In fact, it's currently endangered in Asia, although captive breeding programs are in place. Number 5. The Burmese python. Burmese pythons grow to about 23 feet in length and can weigh as much as 200 pounds. This reptile lives in the marshes of Southeast Asia and China. Their bodies are so thick, some have been measured to have the same diameter as a telephone pole. Like all pythons, they kill their prey by wrapping themselves around the body to suffocate it. This snake species is captured and killed for their skin and used as food in many countries, and coupled with habitat destruction, their global population has reduced significantly. This creature is an excellent swimmer and needs a permanent source of water to survive. Since the start of the 20th century, these snakes have established breeding populations in Florida. Burmese pythons live solitary lives and would only meet during spring to mate. Number 4. The amethystine python. Big and beautiful, amethystine pythons can grow up to 27 feet long, but they're not really known for their size, rather, just how beautiful they are. Found in the tropical and scrub forest of Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, Australia, and the Philippines, this snake is covered with dull olive brown or sometimes greenish-yellow scales. Not colors that I would describe as eye-catching, but they have one feature that makes this serpent one of the most beautiful in the world. Its scales have an overall amethyst iridescence, hence its name, which makes the snake seemingly shimmer in the light. They primarily feed on small mammals such as rats, fruit bats, and possums. They will also eat small and medium-sized birds, and occasionally even large lizards, such as monitors.
Now it's time for today's best pick.
Why this snake is here shouldn't really come as a surprise to you. It's only the largest and longest snake to have ever slithered on Earth after all. Learn more about it next. Number 3. The Titanoboa. At nearly 50 feet long and weighing in at 2,500 pounds, Titanoboa was 10 times as heavy as the largest living snake today, making it the biggest snake to ever slither on Earth. Scientists now believe that it achieved its gargantuan size because it mainly lived in water, so gravity affected it differently when compared to other terrestrial animals. Feeding on large creatures at the time also helps, around 60 million years ago, give or take a few million years. Scientists believe that it preyed mostly on large reptiles like different species of ancient crocodiles. These meals were so large that after eating one, scientists believe that the Titanoboa could go without another meal for about a year. Number 2. The reticulated python. Reticulated pythons are, bar none, the longest snakes in the world, with specimens often reaching lengths of up to 33 feet. As they're so big, they are understandably slow and cumbersome, but they still show surprising speed when it counts. They can strike at speeds of up to 3 meters per second. These ambush predators hunt primarily on land, but they will often be found hunting near a water source within rainforests or woodland. When resting, you can usually find them curled up in crevices and caves, only slithering out to hunt at night.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works.
Number 1. The green anaconda. While the reticulated python is longer, the green anaconda is the undisputed largest living snake on Earth today, growing up to 29 feet long and weighing up to a mind-boggling 550 pounds of pure muscle. Getting that big means they also eat big, dining on a varied diet of wild pigs, deer, birds, turtles, capybara, caimans, and even the occasional jaguar if they can get one. Having the ability to dislocate their jaws, allowing prey to effortlessly slide down their gullets, is also a huge help. When these guys have just finished a huge meal, which is almost every meal, they can go for weeks and sometimes even months without feeding again. See you guys next time.